Happy day students! Today we are going to see the part 2 video of factors and multiples. General properties of divisibility. Now we have 4 different properties of divisibility. Let's see one by one. Property number 1. If a number x is divisible by another number y, then that number x must be divisible by each of the factor of the number y as well. Now let's see with an example. Here we are dividing 32 by 8. Now what are the factors of 8? 1, 2, 4 and 8. Now 32 is also divisible by all the factors of 8. That is 32 will be divisible by 1, by 2, by 4 and 8. Okay, which is true. So this is property number 1 which is proved. Let's take a look at property number 2. If a number is divisible by each of two co-prime numbers, it must be divisible by the product of the co-primes as well. Let us know it properly with an example. I have taken the number 972. Now what are the co-primes which we know? 2 and 3 are one of the co-primes. So 972 is divisible by 2 as well as by 3. Now the product of the co-prime is 6. That is, when I multiply 2 and 3 I get 6. So according to this property, 972 will also be divisible by 6, which is the product of the co-prime. And this is true. Alright, so it is proved. Let us know the property number 3. If a number is a factor of each of the two given numbers, then it must be a factor of their sum. Let us see that with an example. Now 5 is a factor of 15 and 25. Alright, so according to the property, 5 should also be the factor of the sum of 15 and 25, which is 40. And this property is proved as well. Of course, 5 is a factor of 40, which is the sum of 15 and 25. Property number 4. If a number is a factor of each of the two given number, then it must be the factor of their difference. It is similar to the property number 3, but there we are proving that it is also the factor of the sum of the two given number. Here we are proving that it is also a factor of the difference of the two given number. Let's see with an example. Now I have considered number 36 and 24. Now 36 and 24 is divisible by 3. According to the property, when you subtract 36 and 24, that is, when you find the difference between 36 and 24, that answer should also be divisible by 3. Alright, so here when the difference between 36 and 24 is 12, and we all know that 3 is a factor of 12 as well. 12 can be divided by 3. So hence the property is proved. Prime factorization. What is a prime factor? A factor of a given number is said to be a prime factor if that factor is a prime number itself. In this example, 2 and 3 are said to be the prime factors of 12. Now what are the factors of 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 are the factors of 12. Among these, only 2 and 3 are prime numbers. That's why 2 and 3 are said to be the prime factors of 12. Prime factorization. It is a method to show that the given number is the product of all of its prime factors. Alright? Let's see this example. Here the given number is 32 and we need to prove that when we multiply all of its prime factors, we get 32. Okay, so what we have to do, first we need to try to divide 32, that is 8 fours are 32. Now again 8 I need to factorize. So I will say 2 fours are 8. So 2 is a prime factor, so I am leaving it just like that. 4 is not a prime number, so I need to factorize that. So I will be writing 2 2s are 4. So the end factors are prime here, so we leave this also. Finished, we are done with it. Now here we have a 4. So 2 2s are 4. Again we got our prime factors 2, so we are stopping it right there. Now what are the prime factors which we've got here? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Now when I multiply all this, my product will be 32. Okay children? We'll see another example. The given number here is 72. I need to factorize that until I get a prime factor. Now 8 9s are 72. Alright, 8 9s are 72. So here I have 8. Again I am factorizing 8. 4 2s are 8. Now I got 2 here, so I am leaving this as it is. I got my prime factor. Now here I have 4. I need to factorize 4. 2 2s are 4. So 2 is a prime number, so we are leaving it here itself. Here we'll consider 9. We have to factorize 9. 3 3s are 9. Again it's ended up with 3, which is a prime number. So we are going to only pick all these prime factors here and multiply and see if our product is 72. Yes, when you multiply 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3, the final answer will be 72. Now this kind of proving that the given number is a product of its prime factors is called as prime factorization. Let's learn about the concept of power. Now here I have multiplied 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Same 2, it's been multiplied again and again 4 times. So I can also write this as 2 raised to the power 4. And this form of writing is also called as exponential form of writing a number. Here there's another example. 3 is multiplied with 3 itself 5 times. Repeatedly it's multiplied with 3 5 times. It can be written as 3 raised to the power 5. Here 5 is multiplied with 5 repeatedly 6 times. So it will be written as 5 raised to the power 6. This form of writing is also called as what, children? As I mentioned earlier, it is called as exponential form of writing numbers. Prime factorization of a number using division method. Here I have taken the number 675. We are going to do prime factorization of this number using a division method, children. So first we will consider a prime number which is also a factor of 675. We very clearly know that there are only two prime factors of 675. One is 3 and one is 5. So we have taken 3. When we divide 675 by 3, we get 225. Then we also know 3 is a factor of 225. So we are dividing 225 by 3 to get 75. Again 3 is a factor of 75. So we are dividing 75 by 3 and getting 25. Now we are dividing 25 by 5, for which we get 5, and then 5 ones are 5. Now what are we going to do? We are going to check that if I multiply all these prime factors, I am getting 675. That's what I'm going to check. If I multiply all these prime factors and I get 675, then my factorization is correct. Okay, so I am trying to multiply all 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 1. I am listing it all. This can also be written in the exponential form. Yes or no, children? 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 can be written as 3 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 2 multiplied by 1. And we very clearly know that this equals to 675. Now students, we are going to learn about a new concept, HCF and LCM. HCF full form is highest common factor and LCM's full form is lowest common multiple. Now by its name we can easily understand. Let's see what is HCF, that is highest common factor. The greatest number, that is a common factor of two or more given numbers, are called as HCF. That is, we are going to find the factors of two or more given numbers and then we will find the common factor of all those numbers and we are going to check which is the highest common factor, and that will be my HCF. I'll explain with an example. HCF of 224 and 32. Now factors of 24 is shown here, alright, and factors of 32 is also shown here. Now among these two factors, what are common, children? Common factors here. Here also we have 1, 2, 4, 8. Here also we have 1, 2, 4, 8. So these are the common factors of 24 and 32. Now among these, which is the highest factor? The highest factor among these is 8. So the highest common factor of 24 and 32 is 8. Alright children, now we are going to learn to find the highest common factor using prime factorization method. Let's see how we do it. The first step is you need to find the prime factors of the given number. Secondly, we need to find the product of all the common prime factors. Okay, these are the two steps to do this. Let's see with an example. Now I am going to find the highest common factor of both 144 and 288. First, let me find the prime factors of 144. I am using the division method and I am factorizing 144. Okay, so it's multiplied, 144 is divisible by 2. That is 2 72s are 144. Then I can again factorize 72. 2 36 are 72. 2 18s are 36. 2 9s are 18. Last it is 3 3s are 9. So it has been displayed here. Alright, all the prime factors. Okay, and this only, so nothing is changing here. The same thing. See here, 2 is multiplied 4 times. That's why we have written the exponent form. That is 2 raised to the power 4. And then 3 is only once, so we can write multiplied by 3. Next, we are going to find the factors of 288 using the same division method. You will divide 288 by 2 and then you get 144. Then you divide 144 by 2. I'm getting 72. And the remaining steps are all same as from 72. The same factors you repeat. Okay. So I am writing down all the factors of prime factors of 288. So how many times 2 has been multiplied here? 5 times. So I am writing 2 raised to the power 5 multiplied by 3 is multiplied 2 times. So 3 is raised to the power 2. Now if you see here children, here also 2 is multiplied 4 times. Here also 2 is multiplied 4 times. Actually it's multiplied 5 times, but we are only going to take the common factors. Here also 4 times, here also 4 times. That's common, right? So I am taking 2 raised to the power 4 because we are only considering here the prime factors which are common. Here also it's multiplied 4 times, here also multiplied 4 times. We are leaving this 2. And here there is 1 3, here also there is 1 3. Okay, so we are taking 1 3. Now this is the common factor between both. Alright, and then we have to multiply. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. Alright, then 16 multiplied by 3, which is 48. So the highest common factor, alright, of 144 and 288 is 48. Alright, and this is done by prime factorization method. Now we are going to learn to find the highest common factor by division method, children. Now I'll show you all an example. Okay, we are going to find the HCF of 108 and 288. Now look very carefully what we are going to do here. Now two numbers are given, children. I am going to take the bigger number among the two and keep it as my dividend. That is the number which I am going to divide. And the other number which is smaller than the other one will become my divisor. So here 288 is my dividend. 108 is my divisor. When I divide 108 into 2s are, I get 216. Now when I subtract, I am getting 72. Now 72 is my divisor. Now in the previous step, whatever was my divisor will become dividend in this step, and the remainder in the previous step will become my divisor. Is it clear so far? First step, we are taking the biggest number among the two and making it as a dividend, and the smaller number becomes my divisor. When I try to divide, the remainder will become the divisor, and the previous step's divisor will become my dividend. Okay, now again I am trying to divide. Okay, now after this step I am getting 36 as my remainder. Now what we are going to do, like the previous step, in the previous step 72 was my divisor, so in this step it will become my dividend and the remainder becomes my divisor. Now 36 2s are 72, so finally I am getting my remainder 0. If I get my remainder 0, I am going to stop right over there. Otherwise, I am going to keep on repeating these steps until I get 0. Now, in the last step, that is in this last step, whichever is your divisor is the answer, is my HCF. Is it clear, children? That will be my HCF. LCM. What is LCM? LCM means lowest common multiple. Let's see what it is. LCM of two or more number is the smallest number which is a multiple of each of the numbers. Let's explain with an example. LCM of 4 and 6. First I have to find all the multiples of 4. What are the multiples of 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, it goes on. All the answers of 4 times table is the multiple of 4. Then I am going to find the multiple of 6, that is 6, 6 2s are 12, then 6 3s are 18, 24, 30, 36, and it goes on. Now among these, which is the least common multiple? First you have to find the common multiple, that is 12 is also common among these two and 24 is also common among these two. Alright, 12 and 12 is common and 24 and 24 is common. Okay, now among these, what is the least common multiple? Least means the less. Okay, the less number. So here among 12 and 24, which is the least value? 12 is the least value. So the least common multiple is 12. Is it clear, children? When two numbers are given, we are finding the factors of both the numbers. We are finding the common multiple of both the numbers, and among those common multiples, we are finding which is the least value, and that will be my answer. Okay, children, now we are going to find the LCM using prime factorization method. How are we going to do that? We are going to find the prime factors of the given numbers. After finding the prime factors of the given number, we are going to multiply all the prime factors and get the product, and that product will be the least common multiple. Let's understand that better with an example. Here we are finding the LCM of both 24 and 90. I am finding the prime factors of 24 and I am finding the prime factors of 90. Alright, and the prime factors of 24 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. And prime factors of 90 are 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Now what I am going to do? I am going to multiply all of these. Okay, see here, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 of 90 also. So it is 2 raised to the power 4 multiplied by, here there is one 3 and here there are 2 3's. So 3 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 5. LCM by division method. Let's learn how to find LCM by division method, children. The first step will be we are going to arrange all the given numbers in a line. It can be in any order. Then we are going to divide by a number, alright, that can divide at least two of the given numbers exactly. And we can carry forward the number which are not divisible to the next step. We'll keep on repeating this step until we factorize all the numbers. And then we need to find the product of all the divisors and also the undivided number, and that product will be our LCM. Let's see an example, children. Here the given numbers are 20, 25 and 30. Now we can either take 5 because it's a common factor. We can also take 3 because 30 can be divided by 3. Here they have taken 2. Okay, and we have divided 20 as well as 30 by 2, but 25 cannot be divided by 2, so it is just taken to the next step as it is. Then in the next step again we are taking 2 as a factor and we have divided 10 by 2 and the remaining is just taken to the next step. Then in this step where we have 5, 25 and 15. So among these only 15 can be divided by 3. So we have taken 3. These two numbers 5 and 25 is brought to the next step as it is, and only 15 is been divided by 3. So the answer is 5 here. Then among these 5, 25, 5 is a common factor for all. Okay, so it is divided by 5 and in this step we have a 5. Again we are taking 5 as a factor and we finished factorizing all the numbers. Now what we have to do to find the LCM? We have to multiply all these divisors together to get our LCM. I hope you all understood this concept, children. I hope you all understood the explanation given in this video, children. We'll meet you in the next class. Have a nice day. Bye.